made it to our first destination. We are at the Shady Oaks Farm in Newton, North Carolina at a Harvest Host.
That's right. This is our 4th or 5th Harvest Host, and this is a different one. It's like a farm, and they have local honey. They have 30 hives here. They have free-range eggs, and we also just picked some blueberries up on the blueberry meadow up there.
They're not all ready yet, so we just got a cup full, but
it is mid-June, so there's a million on there, but they're not all ripe yet. There's just one here and one there that's ripe. So we got some, and we met the owner, Tim, who was a former American Airlines pilot. Yeah. And he just recently retired and bought this property, and it was his dream to live on a farm. And well, I guess he's always lived on a farm, but to own a farm and retire here, that was his dream. Very peaceful and relaxing here. So he had us come in and pull. We had to go underneath the wire, make sure we cleared that, go around the pole, and then just pull right in here. The reason is because since we had our car and we couldn't back up, it was easier just to come around here. But he said normally when Harvest Hosts come, he has them stay right here on this driveway, which is a little more level. But we were able to get pretty level. We got it level side to side, and it is leaning backwards a little bit, but otherwise it's pretty level side to side. Here's the shady oaks all around us.
And we have these beautiful, surrounded right here by the RV, these beautiful, I think they're plum trees. And they're really beautiful.
So, and of course Riley, she is just chilling out here after her long walk with the backpack.
Well, look this way, honey.
This is her first time in the dog backpack. She didn't really think too much about that, but here she is just chilling out. And yep, right up over the hill here, they have 30 hives, and so they do have local honey here. And then right down over here, they have chickens. I forget how many chickens he said they had.
20 or 30.
20 or 30 chickens, so lots of eggs coming there. So we're going to get some eggs from them. We are just going to be staying here this evening, and it's a nice cool breeze blowing, so we don't have to run our air conditioner. We just have the fans on. And
we were lucky to get in the shade. We have a nice shady spot. It's really a beautiful evening.
Hey Riley, you're in your little spot. Such a peaceful morning here. We camped out last night on the farm here at this Harvest Host location, and it was so peaceful and quiet all night. Just had the windows open and drawing in the nice cool air, and didn't have to run the air conditioning. And this morning it's just a glorious day. The birds are singing. It's so quiet, you don't hear any noise from the city or anything nearby. Let's go see if we can find any ripe blueberries this morning.
Riley! Slow down.
The things we do for our crazy dogs.
Slow down. Can you not get comfortable? Look this way, honey.
This is her first time in the dog backpack.
Yeah, first time in the dog backpack, and we're trying to see if it might work when we go on the bicycle. So
I
hopefully.
don't know about that. She feels pretty heavy. For a 12-pound dog, it feels like I'm carrying a child on my back.
Oh.
Most of these are not ripe yet, but in another couple weeks, they're going to have quite a harvest here. And I'm sure those bees really help to pollinate these blueberry plants when the flowers were out to get such a nice crop. But we do have a couple here that we found. Here's some. So we'll go ahead and pop them in for breakfast. Can't get any fresher than that. Here we got a couple more blueberries. And some red raspberries. Are these ready? They're not quite ready. They're not quite ready. They're not coming off easy.
The raspberries?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not quite ready yet.
Do you take care of the bees up there, or somebody else does that?
No, I do it.
You do? Cool.
I teach beekeeping. I got a honey house back here. Best year I ever had was like 7 years ago. We had the perfect season. It was the perfect moisture rate. It was a perfect heat, perfect bloom period. We produced 1,500 pounds of honey.
Wow.
Quarters of a ton. Bees are like kids. You can't have a kid stick them in the corner instead of seeds at graduation. Bees, you got to be in them all the time because they're something that has to be managed. So I was born in Dayton, Ohio, 1955. We moved from New Lebanon up to out into the country, and it was kind of a, there's a religious sect up there called the Dunkards. So they're kind of like the Mennonite, like the Amish. So I hung out with their kids, and that's where I learned farming. So my great-grandmother was half Cherokee Indian, and my other grandmother was Pennsylvania Dutch. So I got this this background in like outdoors. My grandmother, I was like 7 years old. She had a garden. She had 4 pole burpers out in the field. She said, "Don't name them because you don't want to name your food." So we'd walk out, and she was born in 1896, and she died in 1980 at 84. And so I'd walk out, and she'd have an apron on, and she lived through the Depression. So she would use aluminum foil till it looked like Swiss cheese. She would not waste anything.
That's like my grandmother.
Yeah, and you come in, and she'd always have like green beans cooking on, and biscuits in the oven, and stuff like that. And there's always stuff to eat. So she would have an apron on, and she would take a wet dish towel, a paring knife, and a salt shaker. And we'd walk right out to the garden, wipe it off, bell peppers, tomatoes, okra, sit there and wipe it off and sit there and eat it right out of the garden. So I had some really good memories with her. And so I'm not a classroom guy, and so I'm a person that if I have an interest in anything, I'm an unabsorbing sponge. I can't get enough of it. So I taught myself how to do custom woodworking. I built half the furniture in my house. How to farm, gunsmithing, how to fly. I taught myself how to fly. On the way from church home from one day, I went past this old country airport. So $15 for a half-hour introductory flight. So I went up, a little tomahawk, Piper tomahawk. I went up, I was hooked like a heroin addict. I said, this is what I want to do. I want to get away from this junk over here with the political stuff. I want to do this. And so I just bailed through it. And then within 2 years, I had my private, commercial, instrument, instructor, multi-engine instructor. I had all of it. I said, I could make a movie and I could write a book. All the stuff that I've seen and been through. And so I'm kind of glad I'm out of it. Since American Airlines took over.
Well, this is completely the opposite of all that, right? Of all that political stuff, all that, like...
Oh, this is karma.
This is just opposite. This is like...
I died and gone to heaven.
Yeah.
I mean...
So, yeah, it's so chill out here. I mean, it's a lot of work, but you know what? I sleep real good at night. I eat good. I don't have to answer and divide it to myself. I'm pretty rough on myself. Actually not. I mean, when I get done, sit on the front porch and drink a beer and hit a rocking chair.